The first step to authorizing your background check to be completed, which is a requirement for volunteers prior to entering the organization, is to look out for this email. It will say Dee Hirsch Mental Health Services, action required, pre-volunteer screening instructions. What you want to do is click the link, click here. And something important to note is that from here, it is going to ask you to create an account. So it will already pre-populate your email, and then you will go ahead and type in a password and then click create account. For me, I already have an account, so I'm going to just sign in here. Okay, it's going to take you to a login page. Eventually, this will reflect Dee Hirsch Mental Health Services, but we'll ignore that for now, and it's just letting you know what to expect. We'll click Let's Get Started, and the first step of this is to acknowledge different terms of service. Um, and in order to determine which terms it will present to you, you have to say what state you are going to be working primarily from. I'm located in California, so I would click that. Then you click next, and now is where you're going to get different forms to provide your electronic signature for. And so you will type your full name. This first page is consent to using electronic records and signatures. This is a required step, but just make sure you're reading through this and understanding the terms and signing it to say, yes, this will serve as your electronic signature. There are different disclosures that you will go through. Clicking next. You can feel free to read through these in greater detail, but for the purposes of this video, I am just quickly going through them. Just to let you know, this for the authorization and for release of clinical test results, this is in regards to the TB test that's required. So that is the only test result that will be received. And we'll go ahead and apply the signature to all of the documents. Okay, once we do that, it is going to let us enter our information that will be scanned for the background check. So it's going to start by pre-populating our first and last name. I'm using a test volunteer. You would have to check don't have a middle name if you don't have one. Have you ever used alternate name? Your sex, date of birth. I'm just going to randomly put something here. Okay, it is imperative if you do have a social security number that you fill this section out. Now, if you don't have a social security number, not if you don't feel like providing it, but if you legitimately do not have one for a variety of reasons, you may click this box. You have indicated that you don't have a social security number. Please verify that's correct before proceeding. The background check will not properly go through if you do have one and don't provide it. Okay, so let's say here that you have a driver's license, you would enter that information. Now, again, only if you don't actually have a driver's license would you check this box, and it's going to ask you to go ahead and confirm. Okay, address history. This is the address that I put in. I'm saying it's current, and then we would say when you moved in. This document section is irrelevant, so you'll just go ahead and click next. Next is to get the TB test scheduled. So you can click next. It will send you further instructions about how to complete the TB test at that location after you submit this. And then you just want to make sure to review everything. You can make edits by clicking the edit button and make any changes necessary here. But if everything looks good, you'll go ahead and click confirm, and that will launch the background check on our end. You'll look out for a few more emails. One will provide information on how to go about getting the TB test done at the location you selected. And the other email will tell you about the process for getting your live scan or your fingerprinting done.